Hello, San Francisco Giants fans. This is Noah, bringing you the latest updates and analysis on our beloved team. Today, we're diving into some hot rumors shaking up the MLB market that could directly impact the Giants' plans for 2025. Are they on the right track by focusing on developing young talent? Or is it time to go all in on marquee names like Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Let's break it all down together. But before we dive in, I want to ask something important. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time to hit that subscribe button. Your subscription not only helps keep the Giants fan community united, but also ensures you stay up to date on everything happening in the baseball world. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Together, we can strengthen our passion for the Giants. The rumors are heating up in the MLB free agent market, and there's a twist that could directly impact the San Francisco Giants' plans. The Boston Red Sox appear to be closing in on a deal with Alex Bregman, former Houston Astros star, who was one of the names the Giants were monitoring earlier this offseason. That raises plenty of questions, doesn't it? Should the Giants have made a bigger push for Bregman? What does this move mean for the roster? For those keeping a close eye, we know the Giants already have Matt Chapman locked in as their starting third baseman, especially after he signed a contract extension in 2024. Even so, the initial interest in Bregman raised eyebrows, suggesting the team might have had plans to fit him into another position, perhaps even second base. But now, that scenario seems unlikely, as the Red Sox are reportedly eyeing just that, moving Bregman to second base, a position he hasn't played regularly since 2018. But will this transition work for Bregman? While he's known as an excellent defender at third base, with a gold glove under his belt, his experience at second base is limited. That said, he does have a history of versatility, having played shortstop during his college career and in the minors. This could be an advantage for the Red Sox, who are looking to bolster their infield. What do you think, fans? Could this change be a positive one for Bregman's career? Looking at the numbers, Bregman is a player who needs no introduction. With a career batting average of .272, 191 home runs, and over 660 RBIs, he has proven to be a consistent force at the plate. Additionally, he was a key player in the Houston Astros' success, including their 2 World Series victories. There's no doubt he brings leadership and experience to any team he joins. This situation undoubtedly sparks important reflections for Giants fans. First, it's undeniable that Alex Bregman is a high-caliber player. He not only boasts an impressive resume, but also brings the experience of winning and leading, a quality not every player can offer. However, looking at the Giants, I believe focusing on developing players like Tyler Fitzgerald could be a more strategic long-term move. Think about it. While Bregman would provide immediate impact, especially offensively, he's approaching the stage where players often begin to decline. Of course, he still has plenty left in the tank, but would it be the wisest choice to invest so many resources in a player like him, especially with Chapman firmly established at third base? Not to mention the potential adjustments he'd have to make to play a different position, like second base, which could affect his performance. On the other hand, betting on young players like Fitzgerald is a move that, while riskier in the short term, could bring stability and sustainable growth to the team. And let's be honest, Fitzgerald won't be perfect right away, but he has shown potential and, with time and patience, could become a key piece in the roster. As for the Red Sox's decision, I think moving Bregman to second base is a bold move. He has the skill and versatility, but it's always a risk to take a player out of their natural position, especially when they excel at it. This transition could work, but it could also limit Bregman's impact, depending on how he adapts. Now, thinking about the impact on the Giants. If Bregman does end up signing with the Red Sox, San Francisco seems ready to stick with Tyler Fitzgerald at second base, unless they make further moves this offseason. Fitzgerald has shown potential, but is he ready to take on this responsibility? Should the Giants look for another piece to strengthen the roster? This possible signing raises important questions about the Giants' planning and how far the team is willing to go to compete in 2025. And you, Giants fans, what do you think about this situation? Share your opinion. Would Bregman have been the missing piece for the Giants, or is the team right to invest in young talents like Fitzgerald? Let's discuss in the comments. The San Francisco Giants have made some significant moves this offseason, but have they done enough to return to the top? After signing Willie Adams to a 7-year, $182 million deal and securing 3-time Cy Young winner Justin Verlander on a 1-year, $15 million contract, some say something is still missing. One name starting to surface in rumors is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and the idea of him wearing a Giants uniform is sparking excitement among fans. But is this really possible? Cody Williams of Fansided believes a trade for Guerrero Jr. would make perfect sense for the Giants. According to him, the team needs a power bat to compete in a division dominated by the Dodgers and Padres. And there's no denying it. Adding Guerrero Jr. would solve the offensive power problem that has plagued the Giants for years. What do you think? Would Guerrero be the solution for the team to get back to winning ways? Now, let's look at the numbers. Guerrero Jr. isn't just a good player, he's a bona fide star. A four-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner, and two-time Silver Slugger, he had an impressive 2024 season. A .323 batting average, 30 home runs, 103 RBIs, and a .940 OPS. These numbers speak for themselves, and his impact on offense would be immediate. Imagine Guerrero Jr. alongside Adams in the middle of the lineup. Sounds like a dream combination, doesn't it? However, bringing Guerrero Jr. wouldn't come cheap. Even in the final year of his contract, the Giants would have to give up considerable talent to convince the Blue Jays to part ways with their first baseman. This raises an important question. Is it worth risking the team's future for a star who might be just a short-term boost? Or could Guerrero Jr. be convinced to sign an extension and become a cornerstone for the Giants in the long run? This possibility of bringing Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to the Giants is undoubtedly exciting. He's an elite player with numbers that can transform a team and put it back in the competitive spotlight. But before we get carried away, it's essential to weigh the pros and cons of such a move. On the one hand, Guerrero Jr. is exactly the type of player the Giants have been searching for in recent years. A young star with power at the plate and the ability to be the face of the franchise. His presence in the lineup alongside Willie Adams could finally solve the offensive inconsistency that has held the team back. Additionally, with the division so heavily dominated by the Dodgers and Padres, making a bold move like this would send a clear message. We're here to compete seriously. On the other hand, the cost of this trade cannot be ignored. To convince the Blue Jays to part with Guerrero Jr., especially in his final contract year, the Giants would likely need to part with several young talents and valuable prospects. It's a high price to pay, especially if there's no guarantee Guerrero Jr. will sign an extension. Additionally, there's the team's philosophy to consider. The Giants have been working to build a balanced roster, mixing promising young players with experienced veterans. Bringing in Guerrero Jr. could disrupt this approach. Is it worth going all in on one player, even one as good as Guerrero Jr.? My take. If the Giants are serious about competing now and believe Guerrero Jr. is the missing piece, the trade could be a smart move. But it will only work if the front office is willing to put in the effort to keep him beyond 2025. Otherwise, it would be a huge risk for a short-term gain. The Giants haven't reached the postseason since 2021, when they achieved an incredible 107 wins. Since then, the team has struggled to re-establish itself as a contender in the National League. Adding Guerrero Jr. could be the spark needed to get back to the playoffs and even compete for a title. But is this trade really necessary? Or should the Giants continue focusing on developing young talent and building a balanced roster? Now we want to hear from you, Giants fans. Do you think the Giants should make an effort to bring Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Or do you think the team should stick with the current roster and explore other options? Comment and tell us what you would do if you were in the Giants front office. Your opinion matters.